Welcome welcome all to the Play It Again podcast. Again, without Corey,
He's travelling Middle Earth.
He's gallivanting across with seeing the acclaimed the sets of the acclaimed film The Hobbit and its follow-ups Lord of the Rings. So we hope he's having a good time and that he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We've also, before we jump straight into the news, our website, thegiantspeech.com,
is up and running this Friday. We're doing a bit of a soft relaunch as pretty much every franchise has in the last, 5 years. We decided that we'll wait 1 year before we're relaunching the whole thing. So you can find all the podcasts hosted on there, as well as on iTunes, as well as some written reviews and articles by us all.
We'll be starting to do that.
We'll be starting that. As well as that, you can find us on all our socials. So we're on Facebook at Play It Again Podcast. And then Instagram at Play It Again Pod 3. And same with Twitter. Because
Play It Again
there's
_pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had Play It Again Pod, but I've looked and there's no Play It Again Pods. But find us there because we are starting to use more of the social media going into this year, and obviously we're going to start doing written reviews, analysis,
and a lot of memes,
and a lot
of memes. Yeah. So looking forward to that. All right,
we'll jump into it. So Johnny Knoxville is going to star in an action park film, which is basically Jackass in a theme park.
So is it going to be scripted?
It'll be scripted. It'll be like a bad grandpa type film, I think.
Okay. I just want Jackass back, to be honest. Like, Bad Grandpa was enjoyable.
I was fucking funny, I must say. That was hilarious.
I just want Jackass back. Like, I loved Jackass, the TV show and the movies, and I mean, we're probably never gonna get it back because Ryan Dunn's no longer alive. But no, I mean, hopefully this is.
I don't know.
Good.
It seems interesting.
Anything
placed in a theme park, I'll go see.
Yeah, it could end up really cheesy and shitty, like Adventureland. That film years and years ago.
With, Jesse Eisenberg. Next bit, Dune, the Dune reboot, which a lot of people love, is officially signed on Denis Villeneuve.
The
Dune reboot. So the old book that's like, the real old book, real acclaimed.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking loves it, but they did that couple of 20 years ago, and everyone fucking hated it. But obviously having this type of director, I'll definitely go see it. I've never read Dune or never looked into it. But it'll be interesting to see because he is a very talented director.
Yeah.
Next bit, I find this kind of interesting. So Bad Robot, obviously J.J. Abrams' film company, are making a World War II zombie movie.
Interesting. Are we talking Call of Duty World War II zombies? Like, it's going to be straight to zombies, mate. We're just going to watch an hour and 40 minutes of people going like, repair the window. I got the door. Like,
I'd pay for it.
I mean,
I'd go see that.
It'd be interesting. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued because, I mean, zombie films are obviously, that was a huge thing like 5 years ago. Yeah. 7 years ago probably now, like Zombieland. All those films came out that type of time, and it's sort of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was huge, obviously, but...
It'll be interesting to see what he does with it, whether it's going to be... I'm more intrigued as to whether it'll be like, ooh, like...
Like a scary or like a Zombieland.
Well, I guess
not Zombieland, but like action.
No, but how he ties it in, whether it'll be a supernatural thing like we've seen in like Call of Duty, where like it's a Nazi scientist, or whether it's like this freaky supernatural thing, like, ooh, Pacific War in Japan, ooh, Asia's a foreign culture, zombies,
Yeah, okay,
like it'll be weird it'll be interesting, I think.
Yeah. So Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn are reuniting and they've signed on to a film called Dragged Across Concrete. Mel Gibson's not directing, but the script centers on two policemen, one old-timer who's Gibson, the other his volatile younger partner Vaughn, who find themselves suspended when a video of their strong-arm tactics become the media's cause du jour. Low on cash and with no other options, these two embittered soldiers descend into the criminal underworld to gain their just due, but instead find more than they wanted.
Yeah, so
seems interesting.
No, but it's interesting because both of them are well-known conservatives. So I feel as though it'll be a movie that'll have like undertones kind of criminalizing like the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that. They'll be like, no, the police are always right. And from that brief description, you've got this kind of idea, I think, that they're going to be like, no matter how strong, like, fuck it, police are police. They can shoot whoever they want, like, if it's justified. And I feel like that's going to be a very overt theme pushed in this film already.
Yeah, I'm keen to see Mel Gibson. I fucking enjoy him in anything. Great actor, better director.
I think if it's done like a Lethal Weapon, where it's just like a kind of homage to like film noir, like Cedar Blinds, this very like loving kind of recreation of that, where now Mel Gibson is the Murtaugh and he's too old for this shit, would be good to see.
Well, that's what will happen. Yeah, he'll be too old for it, I reckon.
Yeah.
Next one. So Batman's script is getting a complete rewrite along with The Flash.
The Batman?
The Batman.
Yeah, okay.
DC need to stop.
They do.
They need to stop. Obviously Ben Affleck's pulled out.
Of directing.
Now Matt Reeves has come across. So now Matt Reeves is directing. Who's done the Planet of the Apes films?
All of them?
Yes.
Okay.
All of them. So the first, second, and the third.
Yeah,
he's penned into the third one.
Okay.
He's supposed to be directing the fourth one as well, I believe.
Okay.
Very talented director. I like their pick. Like their decision, because obviously, where they went wrong, I think, with David Ayer, like, he's a talented director, but he's never sort of done a franchise film.
Yeah.
Whereas Matt Reeves has come into Planet of the Apes and already established franchise, and
he was also the screenwriter for Under Siege 2.
Who? Matt
Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
Now, Under Siege 2, criminally underrated film.
Never seen it.
It's amazing. Good old Steven Seagal.
I think what worries me is, complete with DC, is they've done this with every film. I think Wonder Woman's the only film where they haven't had, like, a complete pull out, like complete director pull out, a rewrite. No, Flash is getting a rewrite, obviously, but
Wonder Woman had quite a bit of turmoil in its opening days, didn't it? I remember us talking about it.
There was one woman who... I remember us talking about it. I don't remember what happened. But my problem is the fact that Ben Affleck, about 2 months ago, said there's nothing happening with Batman. Like, we don't know. We're going to do it when we have a script. And then he's like, and then a month later, he's like, we've got a script, very good script. I will be directing. And then he stopped talking about it while he was promoting Lives by Night. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks ago on Jimmy Kimmel, he's like, I'm directing the Batman film. I will confirm it. I am directing it.
Yeah.
And then 3 days later, he pulls out. So there is something seriously going wrong at DC. And now the fact that they're rewriting it when Ben Affleck and the co-writer that he did Argo with, very talented writers, have wrote the script for Batman, and now it's getting a rewrite from the person who did Justice League and Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
I can see why, I guess, in a way that maybe their script, while most likely undoubtedly better, it didn't fit in necessarily with the continuity that Warner Bros. Want to build for their DC universe. I feel like having the script penned by Batfleck and the other dude would have made it tonally a heap different from their existing films.
They really haven't set up much, though. When you think about it, like, I read up online the other day that, like, one of the deleted scenes in Batman v Superman where Jesse Eisenberg's in the ship, and they've got the like, there's 3 blocks by the Wolfenson or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not much into it, but apparently, like, Cyborg is like one of the Infinity Stones of DC's world, but no one ever set this up.
Yeah.
We don't know about it, whereas obviously Marvel's set that up so perfectly and so well.
Yeah.
I just think they're in trouble. I think Wonder Woman needs to be good. And Justice League. I think
Wonder Woman looks like it's going to be quite a...
Enjoyable.
And, like, just from the trailer, the colour palette that they give you is so vibrant, contrasting. Yeah.
I'm probably keen to see Wonder Woman more than Justice League at the moment.
Agreed.
If Justice League's not good, I think they're going to scrap it.
I just don't like Ezra Miller. I just can't get past him. So I'm in no way am I excited for the Flash.
I've seen him in a couple of films where he's fantastic. But he was pretty average from the looks of it in Flash, from that trailer.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell joins Denzel Washington in a film called Inner City, which is directed and penned by the Dan Gilroy, I think his name is.
Now, is it going to be a drama or an action film? Because I feel like that's all Dennis Dennis.
An
Denzel
attorney
does.
for a big LA law firm discovers some unfavorable things about his late partner and decides to right his wrongs. But as I said, it's written and directed by the person who did Nightcrawler, which was fantastic.
Cool. So Denzel's going to be the lawyer.
It'll be the lawyer who looks into it, yeah. And Colin Farrell will be the partner.
Farrell
They
will be
probably
the partner.
died,
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking it was Denzel's partner that had some unfavorable things.
Yeah,
Like Colin
yeah.
Farrell
It'll be
slept
Denzel's-
with the ex-partner.
that's
and it's
probably
like,
what it'll be. Yeah.
Ooh, drama.
The director of Trolls is now directing the Lego Movie 2. It's obviously the straight-up sequel to the first one.
Trolls was goddamn good.
It wasn't
Trolls
good.
was-
It was good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it.
Like, its humor was
fun.
really good. It was great humor for kids, and it evidently did quite well.
I mean, obviously the Lego movie, like all the Lego movies, they were doing fantastic. Batman, like Lego Batman movie, which doesn't come out here for fucking ages.
Yeah, let's talk
just
about
came
that.
out. Just came out in America and getting
he's
incredible
getting
reviews
incredible
and
reviews.
made a shitload of money. So I'm very keen to see it.
Yeah,
but
when
they're
it
all
comes
doing
out,
well.
what? How many days later? Was
April 30th or March 30th. That's coming out here.
God, it would be a shame if people pirated it, wouldn't it? Because it's coming out so many days after the American release.
Probably will. I'm keen to see it. I'm keen to see anything Warner Bros. With the Lego Movie do.
Yeah, Lego Movie, like, god damn, they're amazing.
Yeah,
and like I'm so happy that I remember when the first Lego Movie came out.
Everyone
we got an advanced screening of it.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
remember
you'll probably get one for Batman, I would imagine, though, because they don't really care.
Hopefully, yeah.
They wouldn't really care if you get to see it early, because 20 billion people have seen it early now.
Yeah, exactly.
Pitch Perfect 2 recruits John Lithgow, so obviously the guy...
3?
Pitch Perfect 3, sorry, yeah,
2,
Pitch
yeah.
Perfect 3, which is obviously the guy from the Planet of the Apes, the first one. I like him.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what he'll be doing, but Corin Hardy is going to direct The Nun, so it's a spin-off of The Conjuring 2.
Oh, just about the Nun.
Just about The Nun, which is stupid, because they did Annabelle, and that was fucking horrible. Now they're doing an Annabelle 2.
Yeah, Annabelle 2 is on the
heap of news this
schedule.
week, by the way.
It's
The
The Nun. I don't know, like, how are we going to get involved? Because isn't The Nun just a spook? Like a scary...
The Nun's like the devil, yeah.
Yeah, like, how, like, what are we...
Yeah. I'm really keen for this next bit of news. So Leonardo DiCaprio has joined a crime thriller called The Black Hand, which is about a police officer, Joe Pacino, seeks justice against a ruthless Italian-American gang in New York, which was a book previously, but sounds similar to, like The Departed sort of thing, like a good crime thriller. Departed obviously wasn't that, but I'm keen to see Leonardo DiCaprio in any sort of crime movie. He's great. World War Z and World War Z 2 and Friday the 13th remake have been completely pulled from Universal's slate. David Fincher wants to direct the sequel, though, which is interesting. Who's obviously very talented.
Yeah, World War Z, though, it seems like a film that it's just wrapped up there.
Should be television show.
Yeah, television.
The book is so good.
Yeah.
And they fucked it up, the first movie. Like, it wasn't an awful movie by any means. It was okay, but...
But Brad Pitt was essentially all the multiple characters of the different chapters, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Because in the book, wasn't each...
pretty much. Yeah, similar to Game of Thrones in a way.
Yeah.
Obviously, the photos have come out of Alicia Vikander in Tomb Raider as well. Looks fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie, she looks like Lara Croft.
Good.
And the last bit of news is Jack Nicholson and Kristen Wiig are going to star in an American remake of Tony Erdmann, which is fucking interesting because this film has come out. It's nominated for Best Foreign Film this year.
Okay.
So it only came out this year, and it came out literally this week in Australia.
But didn't what was the one? It was a really great film. It had the black carer, and it was the French movie.
Untouchables.
Untouchables.
Yeah, they're doing the Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston one.
Yeah.
I remember you talked about that a while ago. Could be interesting. I think Kevin Hart... All comedic actors seem to be really good dramatic actors as well, so I'm keen to see Kevin Hart. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't like Kevin Hart. Don't hate him, don't love him, but I'm keen to see him in it. I just find it interesting because this film literally came out the 9th of February in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's that quick. And Jack Nicholson hasn't acted in a film for 8 years.
Wow.
Which is interesting. But apparently the film's fantastic.
Yeah, I think I saw the trailer at Rivoli.
Yeah, it's only gotten a very limited release, so it's literally only showing, I think, at Cinema Nova.
Yeah, I don't even.
Which is similar to Moonlight, where they do get very hard to see these type of films, because generally you get 4 films coming out, and then you got to travel 45 minutes into Carlton to see.
And I think
it does get annoying. I want to see it, but if I get time or not, I'll try and go see Tony Erdmann, because it looks great.
It's one of those
it's like
things.
fart humor, I'm pretty sure.
Now we're gonna touch quickly
on trailers. So what? Sorry,
John Wick.
John Wick. Yeah. So John Wick as well. So we're not obviously haven't got a review for that this week,
because
completely was supposed to come out Feb 9th in Australia, completely taken off the slate. So no idea why. I contacted Entertainment One, which is the distributor for the film. They basically said a couple of the film companies, I don't know who, but they didn't say, but a couple of the film companies didn't particularly cinema companies didn't particularly want to show it over possibly second screenings of 50 Shades to capitalize on making money and stuff, because John Wick was like the 77th highest grossing film in Australia, behind some shockers. So
yeah,
it's not that much money.
So the first one didn't make that much
money, and I think in Australia
it's garnered a cult audience, but it's not enough to bank.
Yeah, so I basically said, is it coming out in Australia? And they said, we are 100%, like at 100% will. A date we don't know. We're trying to see how much it makes in America first, to see if we can try and get it real closer, because obviously that weekend's wrapped up. I made a hell of a lot of money, so hopefully we're here pretty soon. I basically said, do you have any idea? And they sent a John Wick gif, and it's just John Wick saying, we're working on it. So I was like, yeah, you're a ledge.
Yeah, so who was it? Entertainment One?
Entertainment One, yeah.
Absolutely amazing company.
Yeah, so we'll try and have that at a review for that when it comes out. We don't know when.
We're all
I imagine it would be pretty soon, though, because how quickly... I mean, they... Like, think about Moonlight when they did that, though. We didn't know when it was coming out at all, and then 3 weeks before, they're like, Jan 26th.
Yeah.
So it could come out end of this month for all we know, or...
And hopefully it will. I mean, I'd imagine they wouldn't want to release it amongst any other big films. And even then, I don't think it'll get a very wide release. It'll get a very limited release.
I think the next biggest film is Logan, March 3rd. So if they try and get it before that, or even in between Logan and...
50 Shades.
Or Logan and Beauty and the Beast. I think Kong Skull Island comes out roughly that time as well.
Kong Skull Island's this
like
week, I think.
It's March 16th, I think. Yeah, it's a month away. But... I don't know roughly how big that'll be. That'll be interesting. Yeah. It's obviously...
I think they could compete with Logan. I think people are kind of... If they want to see Logan, they will. I think after the last few X-Men films, they're getting less and less popular.
Yeah, they're making less and less money.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about Logan, we may as well jump. Obviously, trailers. We've only sort of got 2, but we'll quickly jump on Super Bowl TV spots. So, we had an extended trailer for Guardians.
Yeah,
looks fucking great.
Looks amazing.
It looks great.
I think I remember when the first one came out. And
yeah, you didn't like it.
I didn't like it, but I've only seen it twice, so I really want to watch it again before this one comes out, because I feel like I'll watch it. I feel I've watched Parks and Rec, and I don't know why I didn't like it now. I just like...
Yeah, I can't remember why. Yeah,
like I love Chris Pratt. He's such a lovable oaf.
He's very lovable guy.
I don't really enjoy Zoe Saldana's character. I didn't like her. I didn't really like Drax. I thought that... I was just like, this is lame. I liked Groot and Rocket, though.
Yeah, the chemistry between them.
Yeah, and I loved Chris Pratt. So, I think
watch it again.
Chris Pratt's enough for me, honestly, to carry a film. Like, he is just fantastic.
He's good.
Actually, I take that statement back. Passengers sucked so bad. I would rather watch Jurassic World than Passengers. Jurassic World... had like rappers in it and shit.
Passengers did some things right, which we said in our review.
Yeah,
the plot sucked.
But the plot did suck.
Yeah, so that trailer looked fantastic. We also got an extended spot of Transformers.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Obviously, this is Michael Bay's last one, but at the same time, watching this trailer, like the CGI in the films are just phenomenal. Like you watch the no one does action like Michael Bay. As well, like the action, it's an entertaining film. Like I'll go watch it. I probably won't enjoy it, but
no, that's the thing. I watched the last one.
It was shocking.
It was shocking, but it was shocking for quite a few reasons. But they had Optimus Prime riding a T-Rex, and I was like, I'm cool with this film. Like I'm fine.
Yeah. And the cinematography in this one weirdly looks great. Like, it's really well shot. Other ones that I can think of came out. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Looks fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. That trailer was really well done. John Wick 2, obviously their 50 Shades of Grey shots was quite funny.
Yeah.
Other than that, Logan is the other one that came out, which is very similar to the last trailer that just went, and that's sort of about it from what I think Baywatch.
Yeah,
and Fast and Furious.
Baywatch and Fast and Furious one.
Fast and Furious looks like it's just gonna, like, it's similar to Transformers at the moment, where it'll be enjoyable to watch, but it's just bad.
Yeah.
Like, this one looks like it'll be that. The last few have been enjoyable, but it just looks like it's defying all graphic, like not all logic, this film.
Well, I think that as well though, that jail scene that's in, and we talked about it. That'll be mint. And The Rock is, we've talked about it before.
Pratt, he's just enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and he's very good on his social platforms. And he said a few things like this is like the biggest jailbreak sequence ever filmed or something. So that'll be really cool.
There's hopefully 50 people.
Yeah, hopefully it's like a 15-minute action sequence.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I really miss about Super Bowl TV spots though is where is the Call of Duty 15-minute reveal? I remember every Super Bowl, they legitimately have the first or second level, the first or second mission in full.
Yeah.
And every year I'd be like, yeah, boy, where's that? Where's that?
Well, Call of Duty is going to be on the ground this year, apparently. Interestingly enough. And the 2 full trailers came out, which both look great. Lego Ninjago looks fucking enjoyable. These Lego movies, really well done. They capture the humour perfectly.
I honestly thought this was a straight to DVD. I know there's quite a few... There's a Ninjago TV show. And there's quite a few DVD releases of it, whether it's just kind of little shorts or the TV show on DVD itself. I see it all the time.
I think Lego Batman might actually make more money than the Lego movie, personally, just because it's already created universe and everyone will want to see it. But
I think
Lego Ninjago, I can see these films still making so much money. I can see Ninjago making more than both of them at the same time.
When's Ninjago slated?
August.
So it'll come out September here, and September is a dry period for films.
Generally, There's got the September holidays.
If they release it in September holidays,
it'll be fun.
That'll make bank here.
And it comes at night as well, which is the horror film. Don't know the plot.
Looks
idea. Incredible.
It looks
Cinematography
amazing.
Looks great. Great actors. I'm keen. Sign me up. And A24 are great. They always have
what
every
else
film.
They do?
Well, last year, from what films I know, they did Moonlight and The Witch.
Okay.
The Witch as well.
The Witch sucked.
I liked it.
The Witch.
It was very well done. Very well
sucked. I heard such good things about it. I went to fucking Cinema Nova to watch it.
You went to Cinema Nova to watch it?
Motherfucking Cinema Nova, and it sucked.
I enjoyed it. It was very well done. The cinematography is fantastic, but for a horror movie, it was something new which I enjoyed.
It was just boring.
It wasn't meant to be the most captivating film.
No, but why the fuck?
Yeah,
what's the incentive for me to stay there? I'm not seeing a movie for a fucking critical analysis. I'm seeing a movie to be entertained.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hit me up, Robbie Williams. Entertain me.
Jesus. Well, that's all for trailers and news. Obviously, we had a fair bit because we have... Corey's obviously been away, so we've tried to pod. But we'll jump straight onto movies. We've got... we'll quickly jump on Patriot. So obviously, me and Corey sort of covered this. What did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Corey fucking weirdly, he loved Deepwater Horizon. I'm like, you'll love this. It's
and he
great.
Didn't?
No, well, I remember he's like, it's okay.
No,
he gave it a 7. I fucking loved it.
I really enjoyed it. I think
I gave it an 8.
It was very well done, and I was expecting it to be very flag waving American hoorah type movie, but
it's more just Boston.
Because it's centralized on that idea of Boston strong, and that was a thing. I remember that in the aftermath.
Yeah,
the hashtags and all that coming out. It was much more localized, and you felt much more attached. Their use of the real security footage,
their use of real footage was impeccable.
It was amazing, and it wasn't this dramatic okay, here's here's what we filmed and here's real footage. It was just seamlessly put in there, and you knew it was real footage.
So well done, yeah.
But it was amazing. It was quite respectful as well. It wasn't Mark Wahlberg being here, I'll save everything. I think his character was an amalgamation of 5 or 6 different people from the days kind of afterwards. But it was quite respectfully done, I thought. It was definitely a Mark Wahlberg film, though. Everyone was well, fuck this. What the fuck are we doing here?
He's great in it though. The performances are all great.
It was typical.
I think Mark Wahlberg always delivers. Like even in Transformers,
agreed.
He's still pretty good.
I think there was one part that I was annoyed with, because you guys did obviously your spoilers in it, and the couple that lose their legs in the first kind of 5 minutes where they're introducing you to all the characters that you'll see. And it comes across as kind of like a Love Actually type thing. Like, wonder how they all connect.
Yeah.
But the first scene when you see that
really
couple...
like how they paid off.
Yeah.
Though.
But the camera pans across their legs quite gratuitously. It's like, this is their legs. Wonder what happens with their legs. Ooh. And then because you guys obviously had the spoilers, as soon as they did that, I knew that they'd lose their legs. And I was like, this is kind of a bit, it's a bit cheap. It felt quite... I think a bit gross.
I think at that time, yeah. But I felt by the end when they had the real footage, it was like fuck, when they had the real life, I felt like that was some of the best, real life footage, true story sort of thing.
I don't know. I just feel like it was unnecessary to have the camera pan up and down their legs.
I didn't notice that from what I can remember.
I noticed that from the get go, but I think that was just because I knew that they lost their legs in the end.
Yeah, I would have picked up on it if I knew they lost their legs, but other than that, I wouldn't have.
It was a really, really well made film, and the score was really great. Well, and credit to the young guy who plays the younger brother,
of the terror.
Yeah, he played.
That's Nat. The guy from Paper Towns.
Yeah,
that's his older brother.
Yeah. Okay. Because I
believe.
Wow,
his brother.
Because this kid also played the love interest in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
Yeah.
For the daughter.
Yeah.
And I think part of that, it was hard to see him as a terrorist, but I think that was part of his role. You weren't meant to see him as like a demon terrorist figure. He was meant to be this normal American kid who's just kind of involved in this, and he played that part really well.
Yeah.
Really, really, really well. And they characterized him really well. He's like the campus's best pot dealer kind of thing. His housemates are mates with him.
Yeah.
They did that really well. I'd probably give it a...
I think I gave it an 8 and 8.5 and Corey
I'll go an 8.
To put into perspective.
I'll go an 8.
I would watch this again though. It's one of those films that you could watch. I
probably wouldn't watch it again. Just because it's not necessarily a entertaining film where you're you can just sit down with a bucket of popcorn or some chips and watch it. It's a very well made film though. I
watched Hacksaw Ridge again last night, and it's similar. It's similar sort of film to me that Hacksaw Ridge was. It's just you watch it and it's it's just an incredible story and it just gets you moved.
Yeah.
One of those things. Manchester by the Sea. Obviously, I quickly gave my review, my score. I didn't touch on anything, which I gave it a 9.5 last week, and then we cut off.
I'll do mine.
Well, we can both talk about it because I gave my score and then didn't talk anything about it. I loved this movie. I cried quite a bit. Casey Affleck in this is fantastic, and so is Michelle Williams and Lucas Hedges as well. But I think it's sort of a slow burn. It's not it's just such a human movie in the way it's made and filmed and ends. It's not, your Hollywood sort of, here's what happened. It's very much a very real movie.
I think
there's scenes in it that hit very hard as well, that are very well done. The direction and the writing in this film are fantastic. The scene alone where Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams are outside the supermarket, I think everyone should watch that clip and just watch how well performed it is. It's
where she's got the pram.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. It's very hard to watch.
It's
so emotional. It's a hard film to watch, 100%. I don't know if I could watch it again.
Neither.
It's a very emotional and hard film, and I love the way it was similar to Jackie in a way where the film's playing out, but then they use flashbacks to sort of progress the story and you learn more about this character. So the way it's obviously the plot is basically his brother passed away, and then his brother in his
that's
will,
how it starts out.
It's his brother in his will basically gave Casey Affleck custody of the son,
his son. So Casey Affleck's nephew is now,
and you watch it, you see at the start he's a happy guy fishing with the son when he's younger, and then it
transitions
to when he's older, and he's
just beaten down.
Yeah, and you wonder why, and they just play it off so well.
I think for me, it had kind of typical conventions of any other film like this. So you have that contrast where he's so beaten down and run down with life, and you wonder why, and then it flashes back and he has kids, and then it goes to the present day, and you're like, okay, he doesn't have kids or a wife.
Yeah.
But then I think films rely on it too much, and I picked it straight away. I was like, either the kids are dead or the mum's dead. Because that's...
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of different...
it's a very overused kind of, like, story arc in, like, emotional films. That this is something that happens, like, the children dies, and that's how a happy marriage breaks up.
I think the reason they did that at that time, I know what you mean. They could have like placed the scenes
it was good. I'm saying it was very good, but I think it was less emotional for me because it's an overused convention. So when you have that contrast where he's like, okay, he's a happy family man with kids and a wife, going to now where he's got no wife and no kids. Okay, so either the wife's dead or the kids are dead.
Yeah,
it's very easy to.
I don't think they were meaning I don't think they were trying to keep that a secret. If that makes sense, because I think they placed that there. I think what I can remember, they placed that scene where the flashback and he had the kids right after. They offered. Well, like he went to pick up the son, and they gave him they said, "Oh, you're holding custody. You're holding custody of him." That was right after that bit, and you basically you see that he was a father. You see that he was a father, and why he potentially. You say what happened to the kids, something bad, obviously. That might be why he doesn't want to take them on.
For me, though, it lessened the emotional impact. It was still quite emotional when it happens. Like, the way that his kids do die
it's fucked up.
Is really fucked up. And the ensuing scene, because that flashback the scene in the police station is
hard to watch.
Incredibly heartbreaking. Like, this film is just... It's a typical
Oscar film. I cried a couple of times.
It's a typical Oscar film, though. It is impeccably made. Like, technically...
everything's very well done.
Technically, it's flawless. But for me, and I agree, it's not a Hollywood film where you leave it feeling good. It's a film and it's real, but I left it feeling like, why did I watch this?
Yeah, it was very human. Yeah, it's like...
It's just an exercise in real, like, essential, perfected filmmaking. But why do I see this when I can see a film that is well made and entertaining? You know? So, like, I'd still give this an 8.5, probably 8.5, because it's technically perfect.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, some people, I know exactly what you mean. I would enjoy watching entertainment film. Personally, at this stage in my life, I need not to get sentimental or anything, but
when we're getting older,
no, but this stage I tend to prefer to watch, films with really good stories. Then I would prefer to watch Manchester by the Sea than Gold, for instance, which is like a
I mean, no one wants to watch Gold. That's fair.
Yeah, I will get into the review, but I'd prefer to watch Manchester by the Sea than Passengers.
Agreed. Yeah.
I would prefer to watch something with a good story that's well made than something entertaining that's very.
I think, but as well though, this didn't have kind of the. This is going to sound bad. It didn't have, the kind of, I guess, the social aspect to it. Like, Moonlight, for example. It's about, a young black man who's coming out in a community, and the contrast between this kind of hyper-masculine gangster kind of world that's perpetuated in black culture in America.
Yeah, it's hard
compared to him coming out as a homosexual.
It's hard to resonate unless something like this has happened to...
Yeah.
Something not
I'm caliber. More inclined, I want to see Moonlight more than I did Manchester by the Sea, although both are going... I haven't seen Moonlight, but I know it's going to be a technically perfect film.
Yeah.
I know that similar to this, it's going to be perfect in almost every way. It's just that I think Moonlight has something there. Moonlight has that little more... has a more... niche storyline.
Yeah. I know I gave Moonlight a flat 10 and gave this a 9.5 because I agree that little bit in Moonlight that makes you can relate to the characters, even though the way it allows you to relate to the characters, even though being a white straight male in eastern suburbs, it's completely different. The way they did that's incredible. But I do agree with you. It is hard to resonate with this film unless you've had something of this caliber happen to yourself. But
still,
very well made.
Perfect.
It's a very good film to watch. Like, I recommend watching everyone going to see this just for the acting alone, because the performances are incredible. But I would never watch it again. Never. Because it's just very hard to watch. I'll quickly touch on my review for Gold. Very average film. This is directed by Stephen Gaghan. The guy is obviously directing the Division movie, which is interesting. It's a well-directed film, and it's got good performances out of Matthew McConaughey and Edgar Ramirez, who's in... what else is he in? I think he's in Joy, maybe?
Yeah.
But it's just boring to watch. Like, it's just a rags to riches sort of like, this guy owns gold farm and he's gone broke, and then he's like, oh, this could be the biggest gold thing. Good performances all round, but it's just like you're watching it and you're just getting sort of, it's just boring. Like, it's similar to Live by Night. It's a well-made film, and like, but you're watching it and it's 2 hours 15 long or whatever, but you're just like, why am I watching this? Like, it's sort of, I think this was a film that was supposed to come out came out in December in America, pushing for Oscars. Yeah. Matthew McConaughey is great in it. He's a presence on the screen, probably only the last 2 years, but it's just like a very meh. Yeah. Like, it's a little bit better than Live by Night, because I think it's a little bit more entertaining, because it's not, it's a true story that you can get behind, and you go for some people, like, But
it's really, it just seems as though it's just excessive. It just seems as though it's like, okay, I'm really poor, now I've got gold, and now I'm gonna like spend all my money, and now bad shit happens. Like, it seems like just
like, I would give it like a 5.5. It's not good. It's not. I mean, it's not great.
It seems like a repeat of like Wolf of Wall Street and War
Dogs. It's not a new film at all. Yeah. It's very by the numbers, rags to riches sort of type story. But yeah, I'd give it like a 5.5. It was very average. I'll quickly touch on... I've got 2 more films to touch on, personally, that I've seen, and then we'll touch on 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah, boy.
Another film, me and Corey saw this. Obviously, Corey's not here, but Hidden Figures, which comes out next week here.
This week, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, this week, Thursday, the 16th, or 15th. But I really loved this movie.
I'm very excited to see. We had advanced screenings over the weekend, and it was sold out.
Packed, yeah. Like, it's one of those films that's similar to Lion. I'm probably going to give it the same score as Lion. It's similar to Lion that everyone could watch it and enjoy it. I think it's a story that needed to be told as well, because it is an incredible story. Very well acted, very well directed. Like, it's similar, it's one of your Oscar films where everything technically is good, but it's just that little bit more enjoyable than a film like...
Is it more enjoyable than The Help and The Butler?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's similar to Lion, like, where you can sit and enjoy it. Like, Corey loved it.
Okay.
Corey, I think, would give it a 9.5. Like, he loved it a lot. I'd give it an 8.75, which is what I gave Lion.
Yeah.
Just because it's one of those films, I would watch it again. It's an incredible story that needed to sort of be told, really, because it's quite incredible what happened. And you watch it and you're like, wow, this happened. Like, I think everyone it's one of those films that everyone could just go watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
But
it's done quite well as well. Budget of 25 million with 140.
It's the highest grossing Oscar film, or highest grossing film nominated for an Oscar. It's Hidden Figures and then La La Land. They've both made over 100 mil, but I think Hidden Figures, though, as I said, it's more of a universal sort of film, and right now it's a film that people want to see. And now Resident Evil, I'll touch on this quickly. Fuck, this film is garbage. It is genuinely one of the worst films I've seen in a while, along with the next film I'm going to review, personally, but this film is so shit. It's the worst acted film I've seen in a long time. Mila Jovovich or whatever, I fucking know why she's not in any other film apart from Resident Evil. Ruby Rose needs to fuck off out of Hollywood and go back to DJing in little venues in Melbourne. And it makes me sad that the guy, like Khaleesi's friend-zoned guy's in this and as the villain. But this plot is so fucking bad, man. I can literally sum the whole movie up for you. Every 20 minutes, walking around, nothing happens. Boom, jump scare. Boom, fighting the people with 37 jump cuts in 10 seconds. Walk another 30 minutes. Jump scare. It's literally the same thing for the whole hour and a half. And the plot is just so bad. The fact that, like, they find out they find the antidote for the virus, and then she finds out she's gonna kill herself, and then spoilers, like if she uses the antivirus, she'll die because she's obviously got the virus in her. And then fucking she uses it and she doesn't die, and then they're like, oh, we just wanted to see if you would use it and prove yourself. It's like, why? Everyone's fucking like, what does that mean? Everyone with the T virus is gonna die, and like everyone, like, it just doesn't make any sense at all, and it is one of the worst directed, acted. It's the worst editing I've seen in any movie ever. I would never watch this again. I want to burn the movie. I'll buy the Blu-ray and just burn it, like, sort of thing. I'm just going to give this a flat 0. Same as Independence Day Resurgence. Same as Independence Day Resurgence. This is such a bad movie, and it's just a pile of shit. That there is nothing to enjoy about it. There is genuinely nothing to enjoy about it, and there will be videos on YouTube already. There is one scene that's a 7-second scene, with 21 jump cuts. There's only one cool thing, and that's when like zombies are hanging on like below a bridge with a noose around their neck, and there's 3 zombies hanging under the bridge when they're walking by, and that's the only cool thing. Like, it's cool and imagery. It just looks cool, yeah. Cool imagery, yeah, and that's the only good thing in the film. It's so bad.
So I just got to tell you this: that we had a guy at whom I need to be very non-specific here.
Oh, jeez.
So we had a person who may or may not have come into my place of work, who complained that the vouchers that he had were not valid for Resident Evil when he wanted to see them. Okay?
Don't go see it.
So he went into Resident Evil after buying tickets, goes in there, complains that it's too loud after 15 minutes, comes out.
Very loud film, actually.
It does seem like a very loud film. Comes out, but I mean, it's an action film and it's Resident Evil. Yeah. What do you expect? Comes out and, swaps into Lion and hates Lion. Hated it. And then leaves and complains, and then does this really fucked up analogy where he says, it's like as if I went to a store and I went to buy some apple pie, right? And the store says, "Ooh, sorry, he gets the apple pie, but it's overdone. It's burned. It's like solid in the middle. It's not like juicy and shit." Jesus. So he goes, "Okay, can I get another slice of your apple pie?" Meaning Resident Evil. Can you go see Resident Evil again? And we say, "No, sorry, we've run out of apple pie. We only," and quote unquote, "we only have this stale garbage." And then in brackets, he's got Lion. And, I just read this complaint and I was like, I think the problem is that you think Resident Evil is better than Lion. I think that's... we can't help you there. That's just a problem with yourself, yeah. That's not us. So it's not better than Lion.
No. This film as well, you can tell this guy just saw Mad Max Fury Road. He's like, fuck it, let's do it. And, I feel bad for this movie because, if this movie was good, I'd be like, yeah, cool. But the fact that, someone died doing stunt work in this film, and then someone lost their leg doing stunt work in the film, bad. And then they released the film, and it's such a tasteless movie.
Piece of shit, yeah.
It does, get me very angry.
Yeah.
But it's, no one should go see this film. Obviously, anyone who wanted to see this film would have seen it by now. Anyone who doesn't is not going to see it at all. I'm obviously taking one for the listeners out there.
Yeah, you are.
Letting you know how much
it's called as well.
The Final Chapter.
Okay, I want to see its budget and shit.
Oh yeah. It's just shocking. It's easily gonna be in my top 10 worst films of the year. I can already see it right now.
It's got a 6.2 on IMDb. And a 30...
everyone's like, oh, it's the best Resident Evil. I'm like, that's not fucking saying anything. It's not. It's genuinely I've seen, I think...
Oh my god. Budget of 40 mil and it's made 135.
Oh, that makes me angry. No, fuck off. We'll jump onto... Now, I saw Fences as well.
Let's not touch on that.
Give it an 8.5.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I won't touch on that just because it came out. We've obviously had to see 50 Shades and I was not in a mood to see anything after, but I watched it. that's my review. We'll touch on that further when Corey gets back, which I think sometime this week. We'll go into 50 Shades Darker, which is our last film of the week.
Do you want to start?
Oh, I reckon you start.
Okay. So, I hadn't seen the first one. I saw the first one the day before. I went and saw the second one. So, forgive me, they're kind of merging a bit. I feel like this one, it is better than the first, but again, that's not saying much. Like, it's the best of the 50 Shades, but that's not much. It really doesn't address the problems of the first one adequately. Like, the first one, like...
No, you spanked me 5 times, now I want to get back.
Yeah, no, she leaves that place being like, this is fucked up. Yeah, like, you are straight up abusing me and getting off on it. Fuck off, I'm gonna catch you later.
But like, don't touch his nipples, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like... And then this one, it starts off and, like, it doesn't really address how long it's been. Like, how long are we meant to... You know? That's one problem, right? Yeah. And then she's just like, yeah, cool. Because he's all like, oh, I've changed, baby, I've changed. And she should have been like, dude, you fucking hit me and get off on it. Fuck out of here. Like, get in the fucking bin.
Yeah, and every guy's sort of wanting her, but then she only wants him.
Yeah, it's
literally an abusive relationship that's fucked up. In real life, if this was like some guy fucking Jerry down the street doing this and it went up on Facebook, this guy would be bullied and fucking beaten the shit out of, but no, because it's some billionaire fucking playboy.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Okay, so that was much more, I'm going to say this, that was much more prevalent in the first one. In this one, there's really not as much...
It's all missionary sort of shit.
Yeah, there's nothing really, like, fucked up where you're like, this dude's abusing her. But in saying that, like, you have this thing where, like, she doesn't really know she's in an abusive relationship, like, unless someone tells her, and when someone tells her, she'd be like, oh, wait, yeah, no, this is straight up fucked. Like, it's so
Yeah, but she's weird. Like a smart girl,
it's so weird. And as well as that, like, she's best friends with the dude who tried to fuck her in the first one, who, like, groped her and shit in the first one, is like a best friend in this one. Yeah. And not only that, but this dude has also got an entire art exhibition with photos of her. How does this motherfucker not know that the whole thing's photos of her? And she's just like, oh, they're photos of me? I didn't know. And the dude's like, yeah, you wouldn't let me. And it's like, cool, that's good. So not only does she have a boyfriend that fucking whips her, she has a friend that fucking publicly betrays her.
That's literally illegal. Like it's literally illegal to release photos of someone
Dakota Johnson is surrounding herself with the worst people. The worst kind of people. Yeah. This woman needs help because she's surrounding herself with people who want her to like destroy herself.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucked. In saying that, this movie is a rom-com, and I'm gonna put this out there. It's just a rom-com with a lot more boobs. This film, and it's again not really saying much, is no worse than your Valentine's Day, your Mother's Day, your New Year's Eve type films where it's just this gratuitous money-making machine. This film is no worse than that. If anything, at least this film has a bit of a catch where you're like, there's some softcore S&M in here. Like, whereas all those other films, like Valentine's Day and stuff, are just, you know what it is. It's just shit, straight off the bat. There's nothing to grab you about those films. This one, you're at least like, there's something a little different. In saying that, there's just so many flaws, like the scene with the helicopter. Out of nowhere, like, Christian Grey is flying back to Seattle, and they're flying over this forest, and he's just like, oh, there's some troubles, and like the engine starts smoking, and then they crash out of nowhere, and then it cuts to a scene where Anna and all of Christian's family is at Christian's house watching the news, and it's like, billionaire Christian Grey gone missing, and then he walks in this door
and he's like, what did I miss?
Scratches and dirt and leaves, and his hair's all ruffled, and he's just like, what did I miss?
It's just like so bad. There is literally like, I think you would definitely enjoy it a little bit more than me, but this is literally like this plot and dialogue in this film. I genuinely say that amateur porn has better plot and dialogue. Like, there is a fucking line that says, this, you might have taught me how to fuck, but she taught me how to love. And I was like shaking in my seat, having a seizure. I was like, surely they did not just say that.
But you can tell that this series, like 50 Shades as a series, is fanfic. You can tell.
Oh, you can definitely tell.
You can 100% tell that
And the
it's straight up
depressing thing-
fanfic. And the depressing tell that it's straight up fanfic.
yeah.
And then there's one dude in this film who wants Anna. I think it's her friend again. But you can tell you're like, oh, that dude's
That's
only
Jacob.
written... Yeah, it's Jacob. Like, you can tell. Like, you can tell who these characters are. I swear to God, Christian's brother in this film was in Twilight. I swear to God, that same fucking actor was in the Twilight series. Like, it's such a...
The plot and dialogue for me.
bad.
Like, this film has no plot whatsoever. I genuinely, if you ask me to tell you the plot, I genuinely can't tell you.
I think as a trilogy, though, it has an overarching, just a rom-com plot. Like, oh, I've fallen in love with this dude. Oh, he's got some quirky tendencies. And the second one's working out their problems and on the way to a happy ending. But then the third one will be like, ooh, the big trouble, but then followed by the happy ending. And it's turning into this weird fucking Gone Girl-esque thriller. Like...
Yeah, like the woman that's like, you know, her previous submissive just shows up and then there's no fucking conclusion with her character whatsoever, and his Christian's previous lover. It's like all these characters show up for no fucking reason, and it just makes like no sense.
And there are all these warning flags, like her motherfucking asshole of a best friend is dating Christian's brother. So this chick knows what Christian's like. Like, Christian's straight up fucked. And he says it in this movie. He's like, I'm not a dominant...
Normal. Yeah,
like
I'm not a normal...
Yeah, he's just a sadist. He's straight up, he likes hitting women. And, like, when someone says that, you go, cool, fuck off. Like, I'm out of here, get out of my face. Like, and she's like, yeah, no, I kind of picked that. Like, ha 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 ha.
It makes me more... Like, you can tell everyone's just collecting a paycheck here, though.
Oh,
Like, 100%. Like, everyone's so bad in it. But, like, it just, like, even the little things in this film made me angry. The fact that they're making fucking fried rice for dinner, but they just end up not making it. And then they go, fuck. And then in the morning, she's like, oh, do you want fried rice for dinner that we made last night?
And it's like, you didn't finish making it.
You didn't make it.
You literally cut the vegetables and then fucked and then fell asleep.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I can tell you the film, like, oh, there's some drama here. They have sex to some edgy pop song, fucking... And then it's like, it's literally... Every sex scene is the same. It got boring. As I said to JJ before we start this pod, like, if a comedy is successful... If a comedy makes me laugh and it's still bad, I count it as a successful comedy. This film didn't make me, like, arouse me or anything. It's not like sexy movie.
I think that's the thing, because is it meant to arouse you?
It's meant to be, like, people, like, the women I know who've read it because they find the whole thing so sexy. I've talked to people and they're like, oh, it's so sexy. I'm so excited to see this. Like, this relationship is gold. That's what someone I fucking talked to said. This relationship is gold, and I wanted to give her a left, right, good night. I'm not an advocate.
Yeah, you wanted to go Christian Grey on her. You wanted to be like, no, this relationship is this. And, like, that's really fucked up, dude. That's fucked.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I don't know. I consider this film... Because for me, it was a rom-com, and it made me laugh. It didn't make me laugh purposely a lot of the time.
It made me laugh because I was like, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Agreed.
Like, but I will give it props. Like, it's very well stylized. The cinematography... Like, it's very well shot. It's a very good-looking film. 100%. It is a very good-looking film. Very well stylized. It knows exactly what it's doing. This film, as I said, it's critic-proof. Like, no matter how bad the reviews are... Women are gonna go see this. Like, it's not the type of film where it's not like, you know,
well, I mean, we went and saw it.
We went and saw it, but that's because we're reviewers and we have to let everyone know that to not go see this film. It's not like a Star Wars, or not even a Star Wars film. It's not like it's not like Patriots Day, where Patriots Day got great reviews. Everyone's gonna go see that now. If that got bad reviews, it's gonna make a lot less money.
Yeah.
This film, if it got great reviews, it would make the exact same amount of money that it did if it got bad reviews.
Yeah.
100%. People are going to go see this, and that's what makes me angry, because they're still going to make films like this, and once this trilogy's done, they're probably going to adapt more shitty, being like S&M.
No, because this one had troubles. There was rumours that they weren't even going to do the second and the third.
Well, that's because I know Charlie Hunnam was playing Christian Grey, and then he pulled out, and luckily he fucking did that. He escaped a bullet. But then Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan have awful chemistry in this film, and you can tell, and they don't like I don't know if they like each other or not, but that was the whole problem. Everyone's like, oh, Jamie Dorman's wife apparently didn't want him doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like there's troubles, like, with the whole plot, like, making the film. It was just his wife didn't want him to do it, and there was no chemistry between the two, apparently.
Yeah.
It's just it just is a really bad movie. Like, the
It
plot,
is.
I'm probably gonna give it a little bit higher than Resident Evil. I'll give it like a 1. Like, I didn't enjoy it.
I'll give it a 1.5.
Yeah. I'm really giving it a 1 just because, like, it is very well shot. I enjoyed looking at the screen because it is a very good looking movie and very well stylized. Got a good, like, a decent soundtrack to it.
The soundtrack,
just some songs are
like, I swear to God, it's The Weeknd. Every fucking song sounds the exact same as, like...
Yeah, I know. Didn't The Weeknd do the first, like, one song from the first one?
Yeah, no, but they all sound the same.
Oh, they all sound very much similar, but, like...
And I think, as well as that, I just want to touch on the bit, like you said before the pod, there's that same shot of, like, in every rom-com, where, oh, yes, they're finally fucking, and, like, the dude slowly takes off the underwear of the woman. There's that, like, 5 times in this film. And it was like
boring. It was first time I was like, yeah, cool.
It was like a dozen times in the first film. Like, we get it. Like, there's going to be a lot of sex scenes in this film.
I still remember the line from the first one. He's like, this is my playroom. And she's like, what, Xbox?
Yeah.
I was like, getting triggered. But yeah, it's just a very messy film. Like, I give them props though, because they just don't care. They're making their paycheck. Both of them are making their pay. Like, the director's making his paycheck. It makes me just a little bit angry because I know the director and both actors are very talented. Jamie Dorman's incredible in the TV show. I think it's called The Fall. I've watched a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Directors, I'm pretty sure, has directed a couple episodes of House of Cards. And Dakota Johnson is actually pretty funny.
She was like, alright in How to Be Single.
Yeah. Out next week, we've got Silence, which I'm very excited to see.
Is that next week?
Yeah, we've got Hidden Figures, Hidden Figures, Silence, The Great Wall. Fences will cover hopefully next week. And Tony Erdmann obviously came out this week as well, which we didn't get to review.
Again, we probably won't see that, to be honest.
I'll try and see it, but it's just very hard to see.
You saw Moonlight, and I still haven't been able to.
Yeah, like they are very hard to see because it is in the only cinema that do show it are in cult, like Cinema Nova,
like
in
art
Carlton.
house films,
like arty films,
cinemas,
and foreign films. It's generally only Cinema Nova, which is in Carlton, which is 50 minutes away from us. It is very hard to get there. We will try and see it though. If we don't send us hate mail. Out on DVD, we've got.
Oh my God, he's directed 12 episodes of House of Cards, 1 episode of Hannibal.
Yeah, and Twin Peaks, which is fucking fantastic.
Only 1 episode of that from the old series, yeah.
But
yeah.
Movies, he's not done anything great. Out on DVD though, we've got Ouija: Origin of Evil. Didn't see it. Apparently, actually, alright for a horror film. I don't think any one of us saw it because it sort of got very limited. Keeping Up with the Jones, which is sucked. Light Between Oceans. Didn't see that. That's the Michael Fassbender.
I really didn't realize that was based in Australia.
Yeah,
like Western Australia.
And Hello High Water came out, which I recommend everyone seeing because that's fantastic, and that's obviously, nominated for a couple Academy Awards, so I definitely recommend seeing that because that's fucking great. But other than that, we'll have a pod up for you sometime next week, and Corey will hopefully be back. As we said at the start, check our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and check us on thegiantspeech.com.
Yeah, that'll be all up and running this Friday. So follow along on our Facebook.
17th of February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy
Catch you later.